Go.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm John Udicek, President of Luzerne County Community College, title sponsor of the Friday Night Rivals football program. Fall Friday nights in northeastern Pennsylvania are about school pride, high school football, and celebrating our student scholar athletes. So sit back and enjoy the excitement. It's time for Luzerne County Community College's Friday Night Rivals.
This is Luzerne County Community College Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Batfitter on MyTV WQMY.
Welcome inside legendary Crispin Field. We're in Columbia County. Tonight, it's a cross-district matchup as Selinsgrove from District 4 battles Friday Night Rivals team number 4, Berwick from District 2. A pleasant good evening, everyone. I'm Bob Ide, and welcome to week number 9 already of high school football here on MyTV WQMY, brought to you by Luzerne County Community College. And joining me tonight, Vincent Goldschmidt on the sidelines and Jan Cechak, former Tunkhannock area coach, with me in the booth. Let's get right into it. Let's talk about the Seals. Just one win on the year, but this will be the 4th team they play all year, Coach, that has an undefeated record. So they played a tough schedule. They got hit by the injury bug. If they want to pull off the upset tonight, our figure law spotlight player, Brett Rice, might have to have a big game.
He's going to have a big game. He's 5'8", 170 pounds. He's a wide receiver, defensive back. He's rushed for 749 yards this year, 7 touchdowns. But what makes him a threat is his kick return ability. He's got over 500 yards in kick returns, so they get good ball placement, but the problem is they just haven't been able to find the end zone.
Well, the Dogs are back, 8-0 under C.J. Curry. They got in the weight room. They put the pounds on. They have a big offensive line, and then they have a fantastic running back. He's a beast. He's our other figure law spotlight player, Tymere Wilkerson.
Tymere Wilkerson, tied Ty, as everyone calls him down here in Berwick, 6'2", 210 pounds. He's rushed for over 1,900 yards this year, 26 touchdowns. He's amassed over 3,300 yards in his career, and he's got 46 touchdowns to his credit. So, and he's also, right now, he's ready to go to New Hampshire. He's a commit now, but he's waiting for some other offers.
Absolutely. So let's get to the keys of the game from the coaches, brought to you by Luzerne County Community College. First up, the Seals.
The Seals want to try to force Berwick into a passing game, and they also want to try to limit the fumbles. Now, for Berwick, Coach said he wants to win that battle of the trenches, and he also wants to take care of the football, not allow them to have any type of momentum gains.
Well, we got another beautiful night. No clouds. Should be a little bit chilly, but that's okay. It's football weather, right? Let's check in now with the weather with Brian Schrader from the Fox 56 News, first at 10.
Hey, everybody. I don't know how your favorite team is doing, but we're going to make it 9-0 as far as the forecast for Friday night rivals. A little cool tonight, but what do you expect? It is mid-October. We have 49 degrees with mostly clear skies at kickoff, 45 degrees at halftime, 44 degrees by the end of the game. We will see some warmer air moving into the area, and we have a chance for some badly needed rainfall. I'll tell you when to expect this coming up in your Fox 56 forecast tonight, first at 10.
Last year, the Seals beat the Dogs by 18 points. Berwick looking for a little revenge and to stay undefeated. It's Selinsgrove and Berwick next. Here come the Seals trying to get their second win out of the season, while the Berwick Bulldogs looking to remain undefeated. Welcome back, everyone, to Crispin Field. We are in Columbia County. Both teams on the field. We are all set. But first, let's head down to Mr. Vincent Goldschmidt, who's going to talk about one legendary coach's grandson.
Yeah, Bob, you mentioned a legendary coach. No name more synonymous with Berwick football than the late, great George Perry. 455 wins, 6 state titles, countless undefeated seasons, district titles, you name it, he's done it. His grandson, CJ, has led this Bulldogs team to an 8-0 start and looking for more starting tonight against the Seals, but he definitely wants some more come playoff time. The last time this Bulldog team won the District 2 3A title, CJ was the quarterback back in 2013, so in a different role, but the same task at hand.
He's learned from the best, and we talked to him about it. It's back to old school Berwick football, Jan Cechek. Ground and pound, and we're going to just beat you up.
Well, guess what? When you have a big offensive line and you have a tremendous running back like Ty Wilkerson, it makes your offensive play calling so much easier.
Absolutely. Selinsgrove won the toss. They will receive. That means Caleb Yost will tee things up for Berwick, and we're going to get this week number 9 underway. Berwick in the blue with the white helmets and the paw on the sideline, on the side of the helmet. Seals on the helmets of Selinsgrove. They are in the white with the red trim. A Wyoming Valley Conference crew tonight. We'll check them out in a minute, but we are all set to go. here on a beautiful night for high school football. We are underway at Crispin Field. Little dribbler.
Number 8 on that.
Number 8 is Scorzone, and Scorzone brings it up. Good field position to the 32-yard line. So we will see junior quarterback Rocco Amato, who had 172 yards last year. That was his career high against his Berwick team. This year, he's been consistent, but you got to get rid of the interceptions.
I think they call that the sophomore jinx. Again, you're coming back for your second year as a quarterback, and you're going to have a slump. And they've done that again, but their offensive line has been hit or miss all season long. And, he's just doing the best he can with what's in front of him.
Well, they're going to face a Berwick team that just gives up 11.5 points per game, just about 90-some total in scoring. And Berwick's had to call an early timeout. I'm not sure. I think there's some equipment problems, and the referees are checking some of the Berwick Bulldogs, maybe for the eye paint. They are. That eye paint, and I've heard this in lacrosse, you have to have one line. You can't go like college where it's thick all over your face. And these coaches are by the rules. They told the captains at midfield at 6:30 when they do the pre-flip. We will follow the rules. Greg Subjack is our referee tonight. He's a rules interpreter. Berwick had to pull 2 guys off in their starting lineups. C.J. Curry has to call a timeout. He's got to bring those guys off, wipe it off their face, and as a coach, that drives you crazy.
And you tell the kids that, and this is week number 8. They know this now. Excuse me, week number 9. They know this. And, again, kids are kids. They're going to try to do something just to make themselves stand out a little bit more. But now we're getting ready for some action for the first play of the game.
Finally, there is this Wyoming Valley Conference crew. There you see it. Greg Zumchak, his 3rd appearance this year on Friday Night Rivals. So Amato's going to go to the air first, and they're going to go long. Up in the double coverage, and it is intercepted. Picked off by Caleb May, the senior, on the first play of the game, and Berwick's got the ball in Seals territory.
Well, not the way you want to start a game. He threw the ball great. I love the call. The play-action pass rolled to your right. He just didn't have his feet set, and he was throwing off his back foot, and it was just underthrown. Great job by May to catch that interception.
So the Dogs are going to come back out with Caleb Cleaver, the 5'10", 170-pound freshman. And yes, folks, he's just thrown for 144 yards, just 8 completions. But that's because they run the ball here, and run the ball is what they really do well.
And they do it really well. 144 yards. He only has 3 touchdowns. But when your running back has rushed for over 1,900 yards in 8 games, that's pretty good.
He's actually rushed for more yards than he's passed for, and he's a good runner. So back to Wilkerson. Big hole on that right side. We'll talk about the line quickly, and Wilkerson's up for a Keystone Container first down inside Seals territory to the 41-yard line. So a gain of 13.
Again, they go with a zip motion there with the slot back coming back in as the lead blocker, and it just turns into an ISO play. So that slot back that's motioning is going to yo-yo motion, pulls up inside, and he's going to block the linebacker. And that's what Wilkerson does. He gets these big chunks of yards, but again, right now that offensive line is going to be dominated. They have almost a 54-pound weight difference over the Seals.
Back to Ty, and Ty up quickly, just a couple yards. So let's check out that offense. And everything revolves around number 5, and it should. And they need some blockers, and Everett Schneider is that number 99, very legendary here. He's a big fullback. The receivers, the good blockers on the outside,
yes,
they can catch the ball. But this is their bread and butter. Leonard, Geiger, Lachinsky, Gordner, Perry, experienced, and a big offensive line who you just mentioned, Coach.
They average 265 pounds across the board, and they're just solid. They've been in the weight room. Old school Berwick.
Oh, this team averages 42.8 points per game, 335 yards per game on the ground. Oh, the ball's on the turf from Ty. Goes right into his hands, and he's still on his feet. Ty Meir down the sidelines. Off a busted play, he fumbled, pick it up, and it is a Reaper's Revenge touchdown for Berwick, and we're just about 2.5 minutes into this game.
That's the explosiveness of Wilkerson. that he possesses against every team that they played this year. And again, talk about when the balls bounce your way. I thought he was dribbling it, boom, it went right back in. And you see, he just burst to the outside, good stride, wide open, and he gets in there. He must have run track because you saw him force his chest across the finish line.
Yostin for the PAT, his first of probably maybe many on the night. 10:24 left in the first quarter. And after the interception, Berwick converts this into points with a 3-play, 66-yard drive. So Berwick has not clinched the Wyoming Valley Conference Division II standings yet because they have to play Tunkhannock yet next week. Now, if Wyoming area for some reason loses tonight, we don't expect that, then they automatically win. But if everything plays out as we expected, Berwick should win their first Division II championship in a long time.
And, Bob, didn't you say that they redid the AAA?
Yeah, we'll get to the District 2 standing, but this is the Wyoming Valley Conference standing.
Excuse me, I jumped the gun on that. So, yeah, Berwick, they're in control. They know where they have to do it, and Coach Curry is just going to make sure they're taking care of business tonight. Wyoming area has been solid all year, 7-1. Lehman, the dark horse in there, Hanover. Wow, what a great game they've had this year. Going from 0-1 for the last couple of years now, again, Coach has done a tremendous job. Tunkhannock is, right now they're traveling up to Towanda.
Right there on the right. Right on the right.
So we'll see. And then, again, new coach down at Nanticoke. He's inherited a really weird situation.
Well, there is Matt Wenrick, their new head coach at Selinsgrove. He's a former player for Selinsgrove. Played on that 2009 state championship team. He was a running back, and he had 643 yards his senior year, and he had 77 tackles in that year that they won the state title back in 2009. Now he takes over the Seals team, and now he's going to look for his Seals team maybe to get something going. So to one of the up men from the 20, again, it's Scorzone, and they get up to near the 30-yard line. So second possession, second play, in fact, coming up for Selinsgrove.
At Luzerne County Community College's Berwick Center, we're here to help you succeed. From scheduling classes for yourself to workforce training for your employees, our professional staff is ready to go to work for you. Visit LCCC's Berwick Center today.
So the Seals, after the interception, will get their second play and second possession. They average 12 points per game. But Coach Curry, C.J. Curry, called them the best 1-7 team in the state. That's because, as I mentioned in pregame, this is their fourth team they're playing with an undefeated record. So pitch to Rice and gets a couple, maybe 1 yard at best. And let's check out this offense from Selinsgrove, Coach. And we'll, again, Rice in the backfield. Gazamaria, Amato already throw the interception. The wide receivers, they're missing a couple guys they want out there, but they're going to Neidick and Scorzone with Bettel. And up front, they're not the biggest, but they're going to have to do the best they can tonight with this offensive line. And it's a young offensive line as well, 3 sophomores.
And they average 210 pounds across the board. Berwick's defensive front is 234 pounds, so it's going to be a tough game for them tonight.
Rice with a little hole. Brings it up. 3rd down and long now, going to face Selinsgrove.
Number 7, Brett Rice, brought down by 44, Brock Sims, and 56.
So this 2 yards for Brett Rice, who has 1,323 yards and 10 touchdowns in his career.
And what Coach really likes about him is he does have that explosive twitch. Talking to Coach Weinrich before the game, he said he really likes his leadership out there, but more importantly, he likes the way the kid sparks the offense when they get moving.
Okay, Amato back in the shotgun. He'll go back to pass, looking, nowhere to go. Has a little running room, but he can't get to the outside, being chased. And he's hit hard on the far side in front of his bench. And I think that was number 1, Ashton Smith, the 205-pound senior who laid the lumber on Amato.
You see Ashton right there in the middle of your screen, and now he's going to come right over. Oh, it was 26.
4th and 7 for the 31.
Skylar Neville, another senior.
Wow.
Who put the hit on him. So Dressler Logan Dressler will do the kicking. Number 52 averages 35 yards per kick. So another 3 and out for Selinsgrove. And they'll have to turn it back over to Berwick. And Berwick having a tough time now in and out. Yeah, some players have some equipment malfunctions. We'll call it that.
Now they have 11 out there. I was going to say, the officials sent 2 guys out. Again, I'm wondering what's going on with that equipment. Maybe it is too much face paint.
Dressler, a high end-over-end kick. And it's caught by Brady Cleaver right at the 44-yard line of Selinsgrove. Let's quickly check out the Selinsgrove defense, giving up 38 points per game. And again, they're going to run a 5-3-4, which is a 5-3-3 or something like that.
5-3-3, the variation of it, yes.
So there you see the front again. Not big up front, but they're going to try and stop the run. The linebackers, Dressler, 52. He's their best, 52 total tackles coming into this game. And the secondary is going to have to come up and make some plays, too, as well, against Berwick.
They are just so mismatched up front. Like I said, Selinsgrove's defensive line averages 201 pounds across the board compared to Berwick's offensive line that's 264 pounds. So you're giving up 53 pounds. So they are going to literally impose their will upon Selinsgrove's defensive line.
Second man over, and that is Caleb May. Caleb May finds a big hole, and Caleb May's going to go in 55 yards for another Reaper's Revenge touchdown. So give it to Wilkerson, and he gives it off to May, and May gets his second touchdown on the season.
Here you go. Who are you going to feed? Who are you going to follow? Number 5. Great play call right there. And look at that. Nice job by those outside receivers on their stalk blocks. Created such a nice hole in there for May to get that touchdown. 56 yards.
Yost in for another PAT. This one is up, and it is good. So 14-0 Berwick over Selinsgrove. 7:26 left in the first.
You're watching the Luzerne County Community College Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Batfitter on MyTV WQMY.
We're back. 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns for number 4, Berwick over Selinsgrove. And another kick from Yost off to the right side. And we're going to have a penalty flag right at the kick. And did I mention, Jan, last week, Berwick beat Williamsport 63-19?
You did not mention that.
I did. Okay, well, I'm mentioning it now. 63 points last week right here on the field against Williamsport. And right now, Berwick is they're on the road to that. So now we're switching balls. We kicked the wrong ball, I guess.
But there was a penalty.
Yep. So back this one up. So let's see if Selinsgrove will get good field position if they can get anything going on offense.
And it's just such a tall order when they're banged up, they're light, they got younger kids playing. But the one thing the Seals haven't done this year is they don't give up. They've played some incredible teams. Last week, Hollidaysburg, that looked like a Division III college team stepping off the bus.
So I'll kick off to that right side again, and it's Scorzone from his 17. Weaves his way up through past the 30 to the 33. Let's quickly check out the starters for the Berwick defense, who are, like I said, giving up 11.5 points per game. And they'll run a 5-2, an old-time defense. And Decker, Leonard, Schneider, Gardner, and Neville up front. The linebackers very active. We have Smith and Sims. And secondary, Cleaver, Wilkerson, Estrella, and May. 11 sacks for this team on the year. 60 tackles for a loss, as you might expect from a team like the Berwick Bulldogs, undefeated coming in. So Motto, little option play, get Rice to the edge, and he does get the edge. Dragged down by Wilkerson, but a nice gain, biggest one of the night so far, 8 yards for Brett Rice.
Well, that's a great way to start this drive for the Seals. Let's get that ball on the option. Again, that's something I haven't seen them run too much. They've run it in a few games, and that's hard to defend if you don't practice against it.
Well, misdirection, I think. You got to get the Berwick defense, as you know, get it going one way. I mean, Wilkerson back there, he's got a lot of speed.
He's a solid kid. And
Estrella, too, has a lot of speed, and he's playing a deep safety. Back to the traditional eye up the middle, and they move forward about maybe a half yard to the line the game to get that first down. So
Smith with the stop.
3rd and 1.
This is that ISO play I always talk about. You saw number 9 lead blocking up there. Andrew Gussamaria as a fullback. He's technically a wide receiver, but they put him in the backfield. He's a big guy, 5'10", 170 pounds, lead blocking for Rice.
Quarterback sneak, and why not? Amato pops through the 6'2 junior, and he's up for their first Keystone Container first down of the night, and he actually gains 5.
Well, this is what they want to do. They want to try to control the ball. Nice job by Amato in there, just getting that big frame of his through, gains extra yardage, and really secures themselves now closer to that 50-yard line.
Yeah, Amato's thrown for over 1,500 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions in his 2 years starting. Again, just a junior, had a nice, his career game came against Berwick last year. So flag down, and this is going to go.
Dead ball, snap infraction, offense number 54, still first down.
So that's the center.
He actually
moved the ball.
He moved his elbow. He flinched down. He didn't move the ball, but.
Oh, yeah,
yep,
you did. Yep.
Yep.
Good way to go, replay department.
Back to the 44.
So back into the shotgun goes Amato. 2 wide receivers in there. Rice comes out, and they'll hand it right up the middle, and nowhere to go. Maybe 2 yards at best for Gussamaria. So brings up a 2nd and long.
Well, watching their offensive line, again, when you watch it on film, it's one thing, but when you're watching them live, they're trying to get to they take care of the first level, get to the second level, but they're just getting outmatched physically.
Do they have the speed to get to the outside with Berwick? I guess that we saw that on the one play. Let's see if they continue to.
I think maybe some swing passes to try to get Rice one-on-one out there.
Showing a blitz, and they come right up the middle to Smith. The model's chased. Can't get through, and Smith pulls him right down for a sack and a loss of 2.
Great job by Berwick secondary to take away all their receivers on that last play, not allowing Amato anywhere to go.
So Smith comes off his block and gets his 3rd sack of the season off the blitz. So 3rd and long now after a very positive play in the beginning. A couple positive plays, a first down, but so far now Selinsgrove, that penalty really hurt them.
Let's hear it for the Bulldogs.
And backed them up and took them out what they wanted to do. Let's see if they try to go to the air. Rice comes out. There's that little swing pass out to Rice, but Berwick is there. Nowhere to go.
That was Gabe Decker. Decker decked him.
Decker with his 7th tackle for a loss, and here comes the punt team.
Brought down by number 9.
Well, I thought the swing pass might work, but boy, Decker dropped off from his 5 front defensive end to outside linebacker, read that beautifully, and just literally just crushed him.
From the 43-yard line.
So Dressler back in to punt it away again. Cleaver back to receive. Another end-over-end kick. Cleaver lets it take a bounce, and it will go right into the hands of a Seal at the 31-yard line. 3:02 left in this first, and Berwick's run 4 plays, Coach. They already have 2 scores, and now the offense back on. And let's see what they're going to do again, and if Selinsgrove can find any way to stop it. This is actually their worst starting field position so far.
Might be, Bob, you said their worst starting field position. And I look at Ty Wilkerson, and he's going, guess what? I could probably break 60 yards right now. You know, just to get that the juices flowing. We know. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
And I say, by the way, against Wilkes-barre last week, he just had 390 yards.
Yeah, just
broke his own single game record. So, you know, he can put up the rushes, and there he goes again. Wilkerson is headed to New Hampshire, going down the sidelines. No one's going to catch him. This one is going to be 69 yards, and Wilkerson already over 100 yards on 4 carries, and another Reaper's Revenge touchdown.
Yeah, that puts him at 110 right now, just on his 2 touchdown runs. I mean, he's a gifted young man. Coach Curry said that he's really humble. You'll see that he just gets that toss to the outside. Breakaway speed. You see how he's got great ball security. And that's why I said earlier, you saw how he's putting that head down, getting the chest. He probably was one of their 4x1 guys on their relay team.
Yep, he absolutely is. So Yost in for another PAT. And this one up and through, and 3 touchdowns, 3 possessions for the undefeated Berwick Bulldogs. And they're up 21-0. And now Tyler Wilkerson has 2 touchdowns in this game. He's just 7 away from breaking the single season record. So here's what Berwick has bowled through this year. The only tough game they really had, well, I mean, maybe Trail at the point, but they disposed of them pretty easily. But that's a single leg team. And Wyoming area we thought would be a lot closer. Nope, 35-13 right here. And not really much competition to go to judge off of, but you're still undefeated is undefeated.
You'll take them as you get them, and they've done a great job all season. They have 1 game left. That's going to Tunkhannock. So, okay, I don't think they'll have any bus lag coming off, because they're going to be setting their sights up for the playoff games. Making sure they come out of these games healthy is the most important thing right now for Coach Curry.
Incredible job.
So Wilkerson's over 2,000 yards. They give him a standing ovation. And we should mention, coming in, he was 533 yards away from tying Brent Quick in 2004 for a single season rushing record. Quick has 2436 rushing yards. So now he's just 4, and I'm not going to say he can't break it tonight, because he had 390 last week.
Yes, he did.
And he's also, 7 touchdowns away from tying the record Quick had in 2004 of 35 touchdowns.
Recovered by number 44.
That's just, to me, it's just mind-boggling when you have that kind of a running back anchoring your entire team. One thing that, if we talk about playoffs, the one thing that might be one-dimensional for the Berwick Bulldogs is that they only have a great running game.
We're thinking in the playoffs they'll see a team that can match them up front in physical and see what they can happen. Anything can happen in a physical game. But let's see what Selinsgrove has to offer. Their best field position to start. Handoff in the middle and going nowhere is number 7. And we got a bunch of guys in there. Decker looks like in there.
Brent Rice,
and maybe Gordner.
by number 9.
And, well, that looked like it was number 6, wasn't it, Connor Roberts?
It was. And 62 in there, you said, Gordner. Again, they went with a kind of like an inverted power I kind of scheme on that one. And that defensive line just closed it down, swallowed them up, and dropped them for 3 yards.
So the last 3 plays for Selinsgrove have all been for negative yards. That's after they picked up their first down of the game. Let's see if they go back to the air. They haven't really. Nope, they're going to give it to Rice, trying to get to the outside. Berwick does a nice job stringing that along, and out to that outside. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
I mean, he gains 3 yards. They go with that outside zone right there. He's got very good speed, and you see the Berwick Bulldogs. You just see all of a sudden a curtain of blue appearing, and he just went 35 yards to gain 3.
Good pursuit by Berwick. And then, since that interception, Amato's only gone to the air 1 time. That was that swing pass, right?
Yes.
So maybe they're a little hesitant in calling a pass, but that's how they beat Berwick last year by 18, was through the air. Here's the play action, and Amato gets it back out. Has a receiver, and that receiver steps out of bounds right near midfield. That was Jonathan Neidick, and Neidick gains 1 yard, so here comes the punt team again.
So they go naked bootleg, and again, when I say naked, that means there's no blocking for him. He fakes the ball to the right, swings around to the left-hand side. I mean, a 1 yard gain on a pass play, you're not going to have a lot of success with that all night. But again, give credit to the Berwick defense. They're just really attacking.
4th and 9 for the Seals.
Dressler in again to kick it away. And we're going to get a timeout from Selinsgrove because they don't have enough men on the field for this punt. So Matt Wenrick, I don't think he expected to have this type of season. He had some good seniors coming in, and we thought they would be a little bit better, but once those guys got banged up, he had to go to kind of a youth movement. And again, with the competition that they have faced, including those undefeated teams, and in Division I of the Pennsylvania Heartland Athletic Conference, this is what they've got, 1-7 coming into this game.
And when you throw young kids in, especially with the schedule that they went through, the growing pains really become very obvious, and their deficiencies. And the opponents now can attack a lot, I'm going to say easier, because now they know that you have an inexperienced kid here. If we put pressure on the quarterback, he's going to make mistakes. And, it's just Coach Weinrich is going to do a great job down there with the Seals. He's just got to endure this growth spurt, I'll call it.
So you see Cleaver back to receive this punt. He's stationed at his own 15. This one's a low kick. Cleaver gets a hand on it. Sees a lot of guys in white around him, but he finally gets to the outside. And there's some speed from the freshman. And the freshman using that quickness to go about 13 yards, and he's going to be out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
Brought down by number 24.
So you see the ball's bouncing all over the place right here. He was trying to go to his right towards his sideline, and he didn't like what he saw, and he just squeezed that out in there to gain that extra yards. Decent field position to start.
Yep, here comes Berwick. 6 plays, 3 touchdowns. Already over 100 and some yards because Caleb May ran one in for a bit while
55 yards.
Yeah, 55, and Wilkerson, you said, is already at 100 and
he's at 110 for just his 2 touchdowns.
Yep. He's Wilkerson, number 5, 110, you said, on 4 carries. That's pretty good average.
That's a great average.
Again, Wilkerson committed to New Hampshire, but he's still getting some offers in. Cleaver going to pass to the outside, has Estrella, and Estrella finds room, and Estrella gets open in the sidelines. He finds a burst of speed, but this one's coming back. We got a flag down at the 15, so I don't think they're going to get a touchdown. They're going to get a big gain out of this. as Cleaver found Estrella, the senior, 5'11", 175, his 5th catch on the year. So this will be a foul marked from the point of where the foul is, Coach?
The infraction. Now, you know, that drives coaches crazy. You see Coach Curry right there.
In the back, number 22, 10 yards from the spot of the foul, first down.
We'll bring it back.
So Coach Curry, he got the explanation, not happy with it, but hey, short memory, you got to get going. I'm not sure why these guys, the Berwick team was coming back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the ball,
original,
yep.
They're going back down.
1st and 10 from the 35.
And that drives you crazy, especially like Estrella had a great catch and a great job running down the sideline, getting in there. And when your teammates block by someone in the back, it's very frustrating.
So go down for about a 50-yard gain. Cleaver to Estrella. And now Berwick has the ball. They come up quickly, 5 seconds on the clock. And Cleaver nowhere to go. Something went wrong with the play call, and a good play on defense from number 6, Mason Vasquez, going to get a sack on this.
That's a great job by the Seals defense. 3 guys getting pressure in there. You see, he's looking around. There was supposed to be somebody coming from behind him, and they didn't do that. Well.
So this should do it. They're going to roll out the time on the clock here in this first quarter, and what a first quarter it's been for Berwick. They picked up where they left off with Williamsport, and they keep pouring it on. It's the Dogs 21 and the Seals nothing after the first quarter.
You're watching the Luzerne County Community College Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Bathfitter on MyTV WQMY. You're watching the Luzerne County Community.
Back at Crispin Field, we're in Columbia County. Bob-eyed Jan Cechak, Vincent Goldschmidt on the sidelines. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns for the Dogs of Berwick, trying to go to 9-0 on the season. This is their 4th possession, and after a big pass play and a sack by Selinsgrove, it's 2nd down and long now from the Seals. 33 for the Dogs. Doesn't seem like an amount that's too hard for them to get once they hand it off to number 5, and they do right up the middle. Weaves and bobs, gets to the outside, and guess what? Another Reaper's Revenge touchdown for Ty Wilkerson. That's 3 on the night, and he's congratulating anybody that wants to shake his hand. This time it's 33 yards.
Again, just inside zone, and he bounces it to the outside. There's no run support. They're all biting hard inside, and you see Wilkerson just make that look very simple, and he's just saying thank you to all his fans.
So Yost in, another PAT. This one is up and through. 11:52 left in the half. 28-0 Berwick over Selinsgrove. We got some scores now from around the area and some big games, especially in Columbia County. Southern Columbia and Bloomsburg all tied for first in District 2 4A. 21-0 Tigers over the Panthers at Southern Columbia. Couple now District 2 scores, Coach. Jersey Shore and Scranton Prep. We want to keep an eye on this because we have Prep next week against North Pocono. And if they don't win the next two, they might not be in the playoffs. Well, so far so good for the Cavaliers. They lead Jersey Shore at home 28-7. And they will take on North Pocono, Coach. And what's the score of North Pocono and Del Val?
I'm looking that one up. I
thought you had it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me look.
7-7. So, North Pocono leading Division I of the Lackawanna Football Conference. And one of their tougher games on the year is tonight and next week against Prep. And they want to get the top seed in District 2 4A, which I think they pretty much have wrapped up. But they would like to get that division championship first. And right now, they're tied 7-7 at home against Delaware Valley. Going to face Prep next week here on MyTV WQMY. So back here in Crispin Field, 63 points last week versus Williamsport for the Dogs, and 28 already here on 4 possessions way early in the second quarter. And taking one of the up men by Selinsgrove, they'll have it at their own 36-yard line.
That was Maria on that really short kick. Smartly just caught the ball, downed it. Now they have really good field position to start this drive. They're going to probably, I would imagine, Coach Weinrich said, let's grind this out. Let's keep the ball away. Use as much of that 25-second clock as you can.
Well, let's see if they try to go to any kind of passing game, because the running game's not working too much. But Amado's under duress every time he steps back to pass, too.
He can't get comfortable at all. I mean, even with him being 3 yards deep, I mean, the receivers, there's no one to throw to.
So this way they go 5 wide receivers now, or 4, excuse me. And he is going to step back to pass. He's going to go long. Down the sidelines, and it's caught. Good catch by Pete Scorzone, his second catch of the season. The sophomore hauls it in, and they're in Berwick territory down to the 32-yard line. So a 35-yard pass play.
Nice job, Scorzone. He gets himself right behind the defender and pulls that ball in. You see, he went up high-pointed, 2 hands. He reached up over the Berwick defender there. That was May, number 22.
33.
So one-on-one coverage out there, and give that one to the sophomore. So they go back into the pistol look. Stay in the 4 wide receiver set. This team averages 198 yards per game, trying to get anything now, and nowhere to go for Rice up the middle. Bunch of Berwick dogs there on the ground. Coming up first, number 26, Skylar Neville, the senior, who came in with 34 total tackles, 10 for a loss.
What's interesting is the Seals now are trying to spread Berwick's defense out. Their defensive line says, yeah, fine, we're staying home. We're our secondary, and our linebackers can take care of the business. And they just put pressure on right there. They just closed the gaps, and there's nowhere for them to run.
Seals coming off, again, that loss to Hollidaysburg last week, 42-14. Before that, they lost to Shikellamy 48-7. The other team we saw this year, they lost 57-12 to Shamokin. Their only win this year, as that pass is complete to Neidick on the outside, and he's got good yardage, and they're going to mark it about a yard short to the line to gain for a first down. 3rd and short now, facing Selinsgrove.
Jonathan Neidick, 6 foot, 160-pound sophomore. Now watch, folks. He spins to the outside, gets a nice straight arm. That's really, really good coaching on Coach Weinrich and his wide receiver coach, telling them to spin to the outside. Don't go to where their help is. Go to the sideline.
Saw Cleaver there, the quarterback, and quarterback on that side, just the freshman. So 3rd down now. Inside Berwick territory for the first time tonight are the Seals. Back to the eye, hand it to the second guy through, and going underneath is Rice, and I think he's got a Keystone Container first down.
Peter Rice.
But they have not moved the chains yet. He needed 2, and they're going to move him. He got 2.
Nice job. He just, I'm not going to go high. I'm going to go low, and it was effective. He got the key first down to keep this drive alive for the Seals. Giving themselves life right now, Bob.
Taking anything positive you can if you're Selinsgrove.
1st and 10 from the 22.
Regular set, 2 wide receivers into the eye. They're going to hand it to Rice. He finds a little gap, cuts it back, and he gets up to about the 20. Short gain on that.
And Amato now is the last few plays been under center. That's that. He went right with the outside ISO, and he cut it back inside for a 2-yard gain.
Sims on the tackle. A junior, 48 tackles coming in, 5 for a loss for number 44. So longest possession of the night for Selinsgrove comes here in the second quarter. And they're almost in the red zone. Amato back, trying to get a little quick out, and they do. Neidick gets a little screen on the inside and finally catches it on the outside. Knocked down by Wilkerson, but it's a Keystone Container first down to the 10. It's a 10-yard gain.
I find this really incredible right now that Amato's having more success under center than he did when he was 3 steps back.
So he's just outside the 10, call it the 11, so they can get a first down at the 1. But they are inside the Santarelli and Sons red zone for the first time tonight.
And this is what Coach Weinrich was saying, that these kids, even though they're young, they're hungry and they're fighting, and you're down 28-0, and you think they're like, well, we're going for it.
7th play of this drive, the Rice sees a hole, and it collapses quickly. It was there momentarily, Coach. We could see it from our angle. No gain on the play. Sims again shooting in.
Great job from his linebacker position right there to read that, and you see him come right into your screen right there. Good wrap, good drive, but again, Brett Rice doing a nice job in there with his leg drive.
Unfortunately, by the time he got to the actual line of scrimmage, Sims brought him down. There's no gain, but you saw the hole, but it quickly collapsed. Let's see. You think Selinsgrove might have to go to the air to win, to get a score. I mean, they're in field goal range if that's what they choose to do. Berwick showing blitz, and they show it. Little quick out again, and a nice hit by Cleaver. Gain of 2, caught out there by Casamaria, the sophomore.
And we keep saying sophomore. This team is going to be a team to be reckoned with. Nice job by Cleaver on that one. Just puts his shoulder into him and just pushed him out of bounds.
So 3rd and 7 now facing Selinsgrove, down 28-0. A field goal really does nothing if you're Selinsgrove. Here comes the outside blitz. Amato has to get rid of it quickly in the traffic, and 3 Bulldogs collide. They knock it down. He was trying to get the ball to Neidick, and it goes incomplete, and 4th down coming up.
Well, you saw Wilkerson, Estrella, and May right there. Well, you have number 9 coming right in your face, 6'3", 200-pounder. You're under some kind of duress, and you got to get that ball out quick.
That was his first incompletion on this drive, and Selinsgrove is going to leave the offense out, as expected, down 28-0 from the 8. You figure the blitz is coming. They got 7 on the line of scrimmage, Coach. Amato back. Guy in his face, and it's almost intercepted. And if Wilkerson intercepted that, he'd still be running. It's knocked down, and Berwick takes over on downs. The defense holds.
Again, under duress. Look at the pressure. Getting number 9, Decker, again, right in his face, and it's hard to throw over a 6'2" body.
You almost wish they get a model to the outside and roll him out a little bit. Okay, 7:44 left in the half. Vince with some special guests.
Thanks, Bob. Here with Olivia DeGroat and Tessa Fazio. Start with you. What are you going to miss most about Friday nights?
Probably everyone being in the crowd, us all cheering together, and my whole team, my coaches.
And Tessa, what do you love most about being out here on Friday nights with this team?
Seeing the whole community come together and how good we're doing right now. It's just seeing the crowd being so supportive. We really bring the energy, so it's just really nice.
Yes, you do. It's time for the Dr. Todd Smile Cam. Girls, take it away.
Congratulations to all the seniors. It's senior night here for cheerleaders, band, pom-poms, football players, everybody who's a senior. It's senior night before tonight's game. So on the first play, a couple yards. That's about it for Wilkerson.
Gee, that's unusual. Normal.
He didn't score a touchdown?
No, I did.
Here's the toss.
I know I'm making light of that, and here he goes.
And here it goes, and bye-bye. Well, that's going to be a good one. That is going to be 89 yards for Ty Wilkerson, his fourth on the night, but we have a flag. We have a flag down, and it takes the air out of this stadium, and it's going to go against the Dogs.
10-yard penalty.
That's the second touchdown that's been called back on penalties. You hear the boo birds from Berwick coming out now.
Well, Wilkerson has to run all the way back, catch his breath.
He might say, Coach, I need one play.
Holding. Offense, number 56. Half the distance to the goal. Repeat second down.
That was left tackle J.J. Leonard that got called for the infraction. He's 6 foot, 265-pound senior.
So it's half the distance to the goal. So I don't want to say it's a foregone conclusion, but the way things are going, they're from the, 7 now. Ty catching a breath. Wow. He is on the sidelines with a water bottle.
Well, they went to Australia last time, and I wouldn't be surprised if they tried doing something with him. Oh.
Mays next to him. How about Cleaver? How about the quarterback? Brady Cleaver, the freshman, with some moves, and finally taken down by Vasquez. And he's up to the 15-yard line, so a gain of 5. No, makes 6.
Again, design quarterback, keep the entire way. Tried to get them frozen, the linebackers frozen with that fake. They got to work on that fake a little bit more. I would say Coach Curry would agree with that. That way those linebackers will bite. That's why that didn't open up as much as they wanted it to.
3rd and 7 from the 14. 6:11 remains.
So it's May in the backfield in the power I. And he has a gap, and Kellen May's just tripped up, or he still may be running, but he gets a
tripped up by number 14.
Keystone Container first down past the 25 to the 27, so a 13-yard gain.
You see they went with that breakup of the power eye where they put the two power backs right in between the guard tackle, tight end gaps, and they just are going mano a mano right there. And the Selinsgrove got caught with it, going with an inside blitz on that.
1st and 10, Bulldogs.
Berwick leads this series over Selinsgrove, 20-15. But there's a couple years that they didn't even play when Berwick was in a different division, and they had more games. So another flag down. Think this is going to go against Berwick.
Approachment.
Oh,
defense.
5-yard
penalty. Still first down.
So the Seals getting a little anxious as C.J. Curry, young coach, played at Kings, played here, of course. We remember him from the Mayor's Cup game playing linebacker. He looks like he could play right now. He was throwing the ball at practice, and
he was punting, he was catching, he was throwing. I mean,
and the players really like him, even though he's tough on them, getting him in the weight room. But they have bought into what they are selling here. Cleavers, wobbly passes in and out of the hands, trying to hit Neville down there. And if Selinsgrove had turned around, they might have an interception. We have an injured Bulldog at the 30-yard line.
See, on that play right there, that's what they call a bootleg. You saw the right guard there, 62, Matt Gordner, was the one pulling, lead blocking for his quarterback. Quarterback fake to his right, rolled to his left. And Brett Rice did a nice job breaking that play up. He didn't turn his head around, but he did get his hands right inside the receivers.
Okay, we're going to take a quick timeout. We have an injured Bulldog on the field, 28-0, Berwick.
You're watching the Luzerne County Community College Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Bathfitter on MyTV WQMY.
The injured Bulldog was their center, Nico Lisinski, 6'1", 280-pound junior coach. And now next man up has to stuff, but it's tougher when it's the center. And they've been pretty healthy this year, has Berwick up front.
They really have.
How's that, how does that work now?
Well, when you have your sophomore center coming in, giving snaps now, coming in cold, there's going to be that question mark right there. But at Berwick, you can't put anything past them. They practice for every scenario.
Henry Snyder, 5'11", sophomore, as coach said, into the game. Wilkerson finds a gap. Seals slow him down that time, but they have a Keystone Container first down, and he's going to be up for 7.
That was Jake Bedell right there for the Seals with that tackle from his defensive end spot. But again, the way that he runs right in there, he came off his block. 99's got to clean that up a little bit more, and that's the coaching point Coach Curry's going to have.
Fake the toss. Here's Cleaver off the other side. Good job coming up was Logan Dressler, the senior, with 59 total tackles coming in. Puts a stop on him, 2-yard gain.
The linebackers did a great job. They didn't go for that fake toss. And you see they just stayed home. There was no room to run because the defensive line on the left-hand side there, Bedell and Portwood did a real nice job playing their gap responsibility.
So another lineman coming in is Draven Geiger comes off with an equipment issue, number 70. He's the left guard. Again, this isn't a bad thing when you're getting some guys' experience in varsity games. You may need them in the playoffs. So Wilkerson in the back, has the handoff with 2 blockers in front, and he's tripped up. Nice job shooting up to make the tackle.
I want to say that was number 3, Fordyce, but I'm not sure because he came up really quick. Thank you, replay. You guys are the best. Nope, it was 14. Jet Hollenbach.
Just a freshman, so 3rd down now facing the Bulldogs.
And well, that's a freshman saying, you know what, I just tackled the best running back in the Wyoming Valley Conference. He did a nice job there. Good job, Jet. Seals, I'm sorry.
3rd down. Selinsgrove, inside handoff. Everett Snyder. Snyder powers through to midfield and right to the line to gain. I think he's got a Keystone Container first down.
And Brett Rice, great job from his strong safety position on that tackle. They had 10 guys in the box right there. You see they were trying to do some type of blitz and bring it up in the A-gap. Brett Rice, good solid tackling, solid strong kid.
To Everett, a sophomore, 7th carry there, has a touchdown. His brother, who's a sophomore, Henry, I believe his brother, is a center right now with Lisinski out. So Wilkerson out of the backfield. Fake the pass to him, back to Cleaver, and good job by Berwick reading that one. And that is Hollenbach again with the tackle, a loss of 2. And this Berwick Bulldogs team scored on 5 plays in the first 3-4 possessions, having their longest drive of the night.
And right now, Owen Hoffman did a nice job also helping out his freshman Jet Hollenbach for that. I mean, this is what the Seals need to do.
Defense number 6. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
Well, that will really not be well received from Coach Weinrich after pretty good defense from Selinsgrove. The penalty, personal foul, is going to give Berwick 15, and the ball now at the Seals 36. So you don't want to give Berwick free yardage, especially a team up 28-0 with 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes left in the half. Wilkerson next to Cleaver. He comes out. They give the pass now to Wilkerson. Selinsgrove does a nice job containing him. A loss on the play.
That was number 50 in there, doing a nice job. Alex Madwar doing a nice job. Wilkerson swings out. Great job by 23 on the stalk block, but they did a great job. Number 3 does a beautiful job. Nash Fordeye breaking the stalk block and forcing it back inside to his help.
90 seconds left, clock moving. Berwick does have 2 timeouts left. They're up 28-0. Those first 28 points came pretty easily. This one, not so much. Selinsgrove finding their footing here at Crispin Field. Still haven't scored. Here comes the blitz. Inside to Wilkerson, looking for a hole. Wilkerson shoots through. He gets to the outside. He's got some speed. Selinsgrove has the angle on him, and they finally take him down at the 6. 33-yard gain for Ty. First and goal, Berwick after the Keystone Container. First down.
He was dropped by number 8, Peter Scorzoni, 5'10", 175-pound sophomore. Again, they just pull number 9 there, Decker, in there as the lead blocker.
Switched hands with the ball.
He did. I was like worried because he's coming through with the ball in the right hand. It's like get to the outside, and I know you know that's one of my pet peeves. Great job, though, by Ty Wilkerson.
Yeah, stopped at the 7, so first and goal. Here comes the blitz. They give it to Ty. Finds a hole, and he's up to the 4.
And up to number 5, Ty Wilkerson.
Timeout, Coach Curry has 1 left, 26 ticks left.
Just inside zone right there to Wilkerson. You saw 2 hands, good ball security, and they're fighting. You see number 52 in there trying to pull, that's Logan Dressler, trying to pull that ball out.
So the 12th play of the drive coming up. Berwick does get the ball to begin the second half. So the Bulldogs leading District 2 3A. They have a win over Wyoming area, so if they win out, they will be the top seed starting on Halloween. And here's the news of the week.
Yes.
It's just 4 teams now getting into this District 2 3A standings. A little bit of a mistake in reporting from District 2. Found out last week when the state finally released their brackets. Instead of 8 teams in like the previous years from District 2 3A, just 4 teams getting in. So we know Berwick's winning. We know Prep is winning. And again, we talked if Prep didn't win their next 2 games, they had a very tough chance maybe to get into the playoffs because Lake Lehman is taking on Hanover tonight, I believe.
I'm trying to find that score as we are speaking.
And we'll let you know what that is. So we're first 4 teams in for 3A, just a 4-team playoff coming up inside the Santa Rosa Suns red zone. Cleaver going to go to the air. Cleaver to the back of the end zone, and it's caught by Gabe Decker. His first touchdown of the season through the air, and it's a Reaper's revenge score. It'll go as a 4-yard pass. It will be the 4th touchdown pass of the season for Cleaver. And it's the first for Decker, the sophomore, on the season. And Berwick can take a surmountable lead into halftime.
Well, that's what Berwick needed to do. They got to be able to show they can pass the ball, and they did that with Decker.
Yep, Yost up, and it is good. So 21 seconds left in this half, and it's been all Bulldogs from the first play, and they lead now 35-0 over Selinsgrove. Coming up at the half, we'll have a report from the Fox 56 News. Then we'll have our showcase from Luzerne County Community College. We'll have the Luzerne County Community College check presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Bob and Jan, that's me and you, buddy.
That's us.
That's us next. We're next in line because we're going to have some stats and highlights of it all Berwick. And we'll have national highlights from around the country from Friday Night Rivals and Thursday Night Lights. That's coming up in the Manuka Subaru halftime report. So pretty much as we expected, Berwick coming in with dominating. First play of the game for Selinsgrove, interception. Second play of the game, Berwick, and number 5 takes it for a touchdown, and it's been all Berwick since. 35-0 going into halftime, and that means we'll see the mercy rule in the second half, probably a running clock. Not what Selinsgrove expected and not what they wanted to see.
Well, they wanted to try to force Berwick to throw the ball. Now, Berwick did throw the ball a few times trying to work that. They weren't forced into it. They were just trying to keep Selinsgrove honest. Selinsgrove's defense had a pretty good stance prior to that touchdown. I mean, a 12-play drive, they were holding their own. Offensively, they moved the ball down. They went for it down at the 8-yard line, didn't make it.
So it was a 12-play, 92-yard drive, Coach. Remember, because Selinsgrove took it down. This is Rice to the outside. Brett Rice up to midfield to the 46, 14 ticks left. Maybe an opportunity for Selinsgrove for a couple Hail Marys.
Well, we talked about Brett Rice, and he's down right now. We talked about him as our spotlight player. One of the things that makes him so valuable to this team is his ability on kickoff returns, and you saw that.
So Rice shaking up off of the kickoff return, right around midfield. So what does Selinsgrove face this year? They face a very tough schedule, folks. Yes, they have a win over Central Mountain. Jersey Shore, we know Twin Valley, undefeated.
Yes.
Another big school. Juniata beat Shamokin last year in the state playoffs, so we know they were going to be good. Shikellamy may be a surprise. Congratulations to Shikellamy having a great season. Williamsport was their closest game.
Yes, it was.
And we know Williamsport lost last week.
And Shamokin, they're Shamokin. I mean, they're doing great this year. Hollidaysburg, as I said previously, they're like a Division III team getting off the bus when they come and visit you, and they just beat you up.
What did Coach say? They arrived in a double-decker bus?
A double-decker.
Twin Valley? Or was that Hollidaysburg?
He said Hollidaysburg.
So you bring a bus, and you get off a double-decker bus.
Good to see Rice's. At first, he was limping a little bit, but he's running it off right now. And, again, he's got to go out for one play, and I'm sure he's going to stay out till halftime. The trainers will get him taped up, ready to go.
So we have the Dogs. We have the return of the Dogs. How about the return of the Tigers down the road? Southern Columbia, off year last year, let's say.
Yep.
A little bit. Hey, they're beating Bloomsburg, shutting them out 42-0.
Wow.
So they should secure that District 4 two-way, which we'll take a look at halftime and maybe into the third quarter. They might secure the top seed there. Southern. So our other two games we're keeping an eye on. Pitt-Sidwell and Paulpack at the half, just 7-7. We know Coach Ressig said that was going to be a tight one. Prep over Jersey Shore, 34-13. Delaware Valley's pulled ahead of North Pocono at the half, 14-7. They're going to toss it out.
Ooh, big hit.
Isaac Thomas, a freshman, and Thomas gets flattened as the time will run out. He gets up, and that will do it. So it's halftime here at Crispin Field. 35-0. Friday Night Rivals team number 4 having their way against the Seals, trying to get back a little revenge from last year's loss. And they have a big lead going into halftime. Vince now going to catch up with Coach Curry and see his thoughts on this first half. And I don't think there's much to be unhappy about. Let's go down to Vince with Coach Curry.
Coach, I mean, basically a perfect half. What is one thing you want to work on in the second half of this perfect first half that you want to work on?
You know, definitely job's not done, and so not a bad half for us for sure, but they had a nice little drive down there, so we have to work on some missed tackles. We have to get some things right in the secondary, and offensively, you know, just being able to get to our blocks, and execute our blocks is a big thing for us to continue to do, especially with some young guys stepping up right now. You know, we had Nico go out with an injury, so some guys have to step up for us for sure.
And how do you go into this locker room and make sure your guys stay motivated for the second half?
Well, they know that, you know, it's a 48-minute football game, and we've been our best in the second half, so we have to continue to keep our foot on the gas and just keep playing hard.
All right, Coach, best of luck.
Thank you.
Well, Coach C.J. Curry's team up 35-0. George Curry's looking down and liking what he sees from his grandson here at the field that George Curry built. His team up 35-0 at the half.
You're watching the Luzerne County Community College Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Bath Fitter on MyTV WQMY.
The Berwick Center, because of where we are located, a lot of our students actually walk to class or ride their bike. So we are right here in the heart of town, and they can get here very easily. We have parking that's right here as well if they drive.
It was close to home. I didn't want to go anywhere too far. I live about 5 minutes away from here, and all my family's in the area, so sticking close to home was the biggest factor for me. It's important to have a space to do it that's local so that everyone has access to it. It's so important to have access to education like this.
Currently, we offer a lot of different general education classes. So those classes are helpful for a variety of programs, a lot of the health sciences in particularly, but then also for the social work, the social sciences. We also have a very strong emergency medical technician program. So the EMT class meets here and they can finish that in one semester.
The professors are really great. They really focus on your mentality and how your understanding through the classwork is. And if you need help, they're there to help you. They stay after class a little bit just for some extra free time. It's very enlightening in here. It's very happy. They care about your mental health and they check on you. And I think it's really good. I like it.
What makes us special is that we are a community. And what you'll notice in our hallway is that we have a lot of things set up where we're looking at students from a holistic perspective. We know that school's part of life, not all of life. And so we want to address that. And that really is where we're drawing the community in, either through workshops that we do for free, mental health, sound healing, those types of things. We want to help ensure that people have the skills that they need to secure good jobs in this area. So we are looking to better address those needs, be it trades, health sciences, or whatever we need here.
If you jump right into a 4-year college without getting your feet wet a little bit, then you're going to be a nervous wreck to that entire 4 years of college. Here at LCC, you got your feet wet and kind of got the feel of what college work you're expected to perform and produce rather than high school work.
I want students to know that they were supported, that we were here at the beginning and we will be here at the end, and that if there are challenges that we've walked the road with them and that we've celebrated the successes along the way.
Welcome to the Manuka Subaru Halftime.
Hi, I'm Toby with NEPA Builders. Thanks for watching the game at home and listening to our message. We wanted to tell you about our Raising the Roof program. It's a partnership with Fox 56, 84 Lumber Company, and NEPA Builders to replace the roof for a family in need. Our Raising the Roof program is something that we came up with to support our community in a way that only a builder could. We believe that businesses have a responsibility to support their community the same way that they support us. Building a better Northeast is our motto, and this is just one of the ways that we do that. So if you're at home, what we're asking you to do, walk outside your door, look up and down your street. There's somebody that needs a roof that can't afford it. Visit our website, nepabuilders.com, nominate that person, and help us build a better Northeast.
Hello, I'm John Udicek, president of Luzerne County Community College, proud title sponsor of the Friday Night Rivals football program. We want to thank the local communities, schools, and the student athletes who make high school football such a special tradition here in northeastern Pennsylvania. At Luzerne County Community College, we believe in the power of education, teamwork, and community. That's why we're so proud to support the Friday Night Football program and to donate $250 to tonight's homeschool. From all of us at Luzerne County Community College, thank you for letting us be a part of your Friday nights, and good luck this season.
And before tonight's game, we're happy to present Bo Orlando, the Director of Athletics here. A check for $250 courtesy of Luzerne County Community College. Of course, Bo, the longtime athletic, well, not longtime athletic director, but player here, played at West Virginia, played in the pros, and he's back here at his alma mater, leading the way, the director of athletics. We're back in the booth. Bob Jan, kind of what we expected. We expected to see the best running back probably in District 2, and he's not disappointing.
He's not. I mean, you just see that explosiveness that this young man possesses. And now you know why the University of New Hampshire signed him. They want him. But again, he's being smart. He's going to see what else plays out for the rest of the year.
So let's. What stats does he have for the first half?
He's got 210 yards.
That's it?
That's it on 10 carries.
10 carries?
21 yards at average. He's scored 3 times. I mean, so it might be a rough night for him. But overall, Berwick has 276 yards, where Selinsgrove only has 69 yards total offense. So it's been a one-sided game. The Bulldogs' defense doing a great job. Their offense obviously is clicking. Selinsgrove showed some glimmers of hope. They really did. They had a good defensive stance there, holding Berwick off as long as they could. And offensively, they drove all the way down to the 8-yard line. So, I mean, they just stopped.
They did, but then Berwick countered with a 12-play, 92-yard drive, and that's where we're at, 35-0 the score. So let's take a look at those first-half highlights. And as you expected, it started first play of the game. It's intercepted by Berwick. That's May. We'll talk about him later as well. Then how about this? Ball bouncing your way, Coach.
It really does. When good things happen, if you work hard at it, and you just see Wilkerson right there on a 41-yard run. Then they go with a little misdirection play to 55-yard to May. Again, everyone's going to bite on Wilkerson, and that's a great play call. Nice misdirection, 55 yards. Now, Wilkerson again, 69 yards. Gets to the outside, races down the sideline for his second touchdown of the night. That was on their third possession.
Fourth possession.
Fourth possession?
Yeah, let's give it to Wilkerson again.
Hey, it's working, 33 yards. Now,
right before the half.
And who said Berwick can't pass? There you go. Decker getting his first touchdown of the season. Nice 4-yard pass there. So that's where we end up, 35-0 at the half. Berwick gets the ball to start.
Okay, Coach, week number 9, playoffs right around the corner. We saw District 2 3A. We said there's 4 teams left. Prep now putting it on Jersey Shore, so they may qualify. So the 4A standings, it's North Pocono. They've clinched the top spot. They've already beaten Valley View. They beat Crestwood. They beat Dallas. They're losing tonight. And even if they lose the next 2 games, they're still going to be the top seed and still be the favorite in 4A.
They are. And Valley View's on the winning side. Dallas is beating Crestwood. No, they played them. Dallas was winning. Wallenpaupack tied with Pittston at this point. Honesdale, tough fight there. They're up against God, I can't remember who they were playing. Dunmore.
Yeah, they were losing. But it's only 4 teams now. District 4A is just 4 teams. So let's move on to the next for District 2. We also have District 4 we're going to show you. We talked about Pittston. Abington beat Scranton pretty handily last night.
Yep.
And Pittston loses one of their next 2 games. It's going to come down to points. And Pittston, as you said, 7-7 tie. They have Wyoming area next week. Abington Heights has Hazleton. So Abington could get the top seed.
With that Abington game, that goes now having Hazleton power points because of the bigger school. So that's going to be interesting. Wilkes-Barre is on the winning side right now.
Yep, and Williamsport right there. Look at this. That's wide open. Hazleton feels like played Wilkes-Barre really tough. You know, you look at the Cougars' record. But their coach last week told me, we think we played them real tough. Scranton not having their season. We know they lost last night. Williamsport started out strong, 4-0. They've lost 4 straight. They're trying to get back on the winning side. That's anyone's guess now for District 2 6A. So both teams back on the field. We'll take a look at District 4 as we're going to move into the running clock, I believe, into the second half. The mercy rule will be in effect with the Dogs getting the ball to begin this second half.
So what's Selinsgrove's recipe for the second half? Again, they're going to hopefully try to keep the ball away from Berwick, eat up as much of that clock as they can. Wilkerson, we know he's probably, I would imagine, maybe this would be the end of him for the third quarter.
Well, we'll see. Carter with the kick, the sophomore. It comes down to May from about his 11. He's got a gap, and May can bounce at the outside, looking for some blocks. Caleb May still on his feet, and finally there's Selinsgrove at the 20. But remember, Coach, following up that point, he needs 533 yards to break the all-time single-season rushing record. Now, Berwick will go into the playoffs, and I don't know if it moves over to that. But remember, Brent Quick had all those rushing yards in 2004.
Oh, I remember Brent Quick, but nice return by May. Watch him dancing here, looking, great vision that he has. He's looking all over, picking his spots. Good job, ends up at the 41-yard line. Now, to your point, Bob, yes, he's got a chance, but they still have another game. And I'm not throwing disparaging remarks about Tunkhannock. I used to coach there. Their defense really hasn't gelled this year, and having a big offensive line and Wilkerson coming at you, you know he's going to get at least 200 yards.
Well, there's one more carry for Wilkerson. He shoots through, gets into the secondary, shedding blocks and shedding tackles, and he's off and another touchdown, Reaper's Revenge style for Tymere Wilkerson. This one for 59 yards. His 4th on the night.
His 4th touchdown tonight. I'm sorry, I was writing it down. I'm like, okay, so we said he had 210 yards.
Yeah.
Now he's up to almost 260 yards. Wow. And how does he do it? He just has good patience, really nice vision, and look at those long strides. That's what helps him. He always gets these big I'm laughing because he's coming off high trotting that right now. He knows that he's getting the crowd back into this game.
That touchdown for Ty Wilkerson.
Well, the big change came, mid through last year with C.J. Curry. They moved Wilkerson back over to running back. They used their big offensive line, and you could see sparks the end of last season.
And he went to a few camps, C.J. was telling us, and he didn't like what he heard when, the coaches have to be honest with you. And they said, this is what you need to work on. And he said, Coach, let's get home and start working on this.
He visited James Madison after spring game, and that's what the James Madison coach told him. He said, you got to work on this, this, and this. He goes, you're a 2-star right now. Right. You got to become a 3-star. And that's where, JMU's still looking at him. You know what I mean? Why not? And he's got the speed. Now, does he compare? I watched this guy for a little while. Yes. London Montgomery.
Oh gosh.
Does he kind of remind you of London Montgomery at this stage?
He does, but I have to give the edge to London. Yeah. Just seemed a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
But I'm not taking anything away from Wilkerson. He's doing it all, and he's got such great style when he's doing it. Not sure what happened.
I know there was a sideline warning that came across. So 42-0 now. We'll be in the running clock for sure. And Berwick's going to be called for that on the kickoff. So they're going to kick off from the 25, it looks like. I think it was a sideline thing. On the run. So someone got in one of the referees' way. I'm sure it wasn't our camera guy, John Gumbel, because why would they flag him?
Well, Jonathan would knock them down.
Probably, yeah. So from the 25, they're going to kick this one off. Selinsgrove should get some good field position. I think you're going to see a fight, kind of what we saw from Hazleton last week. You're going to see the Seals fight. There's a lot of pride in the program that won a state championship.
They just want, they're showing their, and I hate using the word, they're showing their grit, their intestinal fortitude, that they're not going to give up. They want to do well. They're going to try to fight for everything they can get.
So taken by one of the upmen, Smith there for the tackle. Selinsgrove will have it at their own 44-yard line.
Number 9, Andrew Kisamaria, brought down by number 1.
Tomorrow is another college football Saturday on Fox. Washington battles Michigan at noon. Then number 7, Texas Tech takes on Arizona State. Finally, the primetime game is the Utah Utes and the Cougars of BYU. Get your fill of college football all day tomorrow only on Fox 56.
The Utes.
Did you say Utes?
So I got the reference. Don't worry. We're just going to move on. Rocco Amato comes back. Threw an interception on this first throw of the game. And the 6'2 junior hands it off on the inside. And not much running room for number 9, Gusamaria, the sophomore.
Again, they just ended up just going with a quick dive play in there trying to get it, but Berwick's defense pinched inside. They're just like I said, there's a 54-pound difference in there, and you just see how quickly that collapses.
Couldn't see who picked it up there. Might have been J.J. Leonard or even Everett Snyder, number 99, on the inside. Back to the eye they go. Little pitch outside. And getting hit was number 15 again, Isaac Thomas.
Thomas got smothered by Henry Snyder, 99, 5'11", 230-pound sophomore. You see number 26 fighting them in there, and you see number 1 coming in. They're just the Berwick Bulldogs, Ashton Smith, they just swarm.
They show some good speed from the linebacker position, do you think?
They flow very well. They have really good reads. When they see the door open up, as I always say week to week, they come up and close it quickly.
So on a 3rd and long, Amato looking for that quick inside pass, and there's the Dogs for a sack.
J.J. Leonard, number 56, applying pressure and getting that sack.
His 3rd sack on the season, and Amato was taken down and slow to get up, and he'll come off the field.
You see the replay right there, and again, getting help from number 9, Gabe Decker, another sophomore, 6'3", 200-pounder. And it's easy for someone like Decker playing that defensive end just to pin his ears back and go, especially in a passing situation.
4th and 16 from the 38.
So Dressler in to punt this one away again. He's had a couple good punts tonight. Cleaver back to receive. Berwick setting up the return. Low line kick away from Cleaver. Takes a big bounce into his hand at the 25. Cleaver back to the outside, but the Seals special teams are there. Gusamaria with the tackle, and here comes the Bulldogs back out. 7:26 left.
Good coverage by their punt team.
Forced out of bounds by number 9, Andrew Kesamaria.
Bob, I was looking real quick. He needed 9 touchdowns to break Brant Quick's record, and he's got 4 of them tonight.
4.
So he's got 4. So now he's only got 5 touchdowns to try to break that record.
That's the single season touchdown record and the single season rushing record, because he's really only a year and a half starter.
Which is, it's crazy. That's
So Berwick's going to trot out the first team once again, up 42-0 with the running clock here in the 3rd quarter.
Yep, flag.
And we have a flag down already. I think this might be a delay of game.
That ball, delay of game. Offense number 10. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Delay of game. Berwick.
Bob, you said it earlier. It doesn't seem like a 5-yard penalty hurts the Berwick Bulldogs at all.
It does not. So it's Cleaver back underneath center, and the center, again, Lachinsky was out. He walked off gingerly. It's Henry Snyder, the sophomore, and Wilkerson still fighting in there. And Wilkerson still on his feet. You can see the power now. That weight room coming in handy. He's up forward for about 7.
Ty Wilkerson with about 8 yards on the carry. Brought down by 51, Landon Magnuson.
He's just, I think he gets stronger as the game gets going. He gets these long burst touchdowns. He's well conditioned. He's not taking himself out of the game. He wants to continue to have success for the Berwick Bulldogs.
Berwick, of course, hasn't won a district title since 2013. C.J. Curry was the quarterback in that one. Wilkerson back in, makes one move. Makes another move, gets a block and a flag. Yep, this one's coming back, folks. Kind of saw that one. Estrella block in the back, maybe on the side. C.J. Curry's going to argue that fact. Coach, right in front of us, what'd you see?
He turned.
Yeah.
And that's the third touchdown this evening. Again, they're good calls. I'm not saying they're bad. Here we go.
Right in front of the referee, too, and everybody else here in the press box. And I don't even know if it's...
Back! Offense number 13. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. It'll be a first down.
I don't even know if he needed to make the block, to be honest with you.
He did, and we'll see it right here. Good job with the sock on the kick out by Decker.
Right here coming up. He's going to make the move inside. Estrella didn't know what to do, and it's right there.
You see his head was behind.
Yeah.
That's what... If his head was in front by the numbers, they probably, I know they would have let that go, but his head was behind. Great job by our camera crew. Our replay tonight is doing a wonderful job. I think it was his first time doing it this evening.
Well, no, I think it's either Ernie or Tyler. We're not sure.
Yeah.
We'll get a word on that. That's a Moravia held first down, by the way. First one of the second half. So Caleb May now going to be the sidecar next to Cleaver. Wilkerson getting a quick break. And Cleaver has a hole. He bounces outside. Speed from the freshman. The freshman,
and
another flag comes in. This is going to go against Berwick. Freshman tackles him. That's Hollenbach. He makes the tackle, but again, this one's coming back as well. We see the flag. So the clock will stop on flags. And it's going to back them up now. Another 10. So not the cleanest of drives for Berwick.
And that's what Coach Curry said. Well, we'll get the call.
Holding. Offense. Number 1. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down.
Well, Coach Curry said right before the half, as all you guys, all our viewers heard him say, they have things they have to clean up, and one of them was the penalties, and they have to finish their blocks. So, again, this is all coaching and teachable moments for this Berwick Bulldog team.
So, since George Curry, last coach, he passed away in 2016. We've had a couple coaches after him. Remember, Gary Campbell was the coach, and they didn't know what to expect. He came from outside the area. Then Frank Sheptock came in. Even Boer Orlando took over for a little while as we have a pass to the outside. I think that's going to be about 10 yards.
See where they're spot. Yeah.
Yeah, Smith made the catch. Ashton Smith, the senior.
9 yards on the catch.
17 catch on the year.
Just short.
Yeah, about 9 yards.
2nd and 1.
Yeah, Berwick went through a transition in coaches, and yeah, when Gary Campbell came in, I believe he came from the West. He came in, high expectations.
And they had some lean years. As Wilkerson gets out of a couple tackles, well inside Seals territory. It's a Moravia Health first down. They're going to move the chains. He's out at the 32-yard line, so 12 more for Wilkerson. But they had some lean years. They didn't get back. You know what I mean? As we said, 2013 was their last district title. Frank Sheptock had a couple lean years. So, you know, what C.J. Curry is doing, you know, means a lot for this town.
It really, I mean, you see it tonight. Sold-out crowd here. The fireworks going. The siren going. It's old-school Berwick again. It's like, Bob, we were talking, it's like we went back when CJ's grandfather was coaching here. Yep.
Wilkerson inside with a move. And, of course, the number 5, worn by Borlando. And I think, was that worn by Brett Quick, too? Number 5?
I thought he was 4.
He might have been 4. But 99-5, those infamous numbers. Of course, Ron Paulus here in the 90s.
I remember him.
Went on to Notre Dame, Borlando on. I mean, you could go through the names here for Berwick, and you're going to put Wilkerson now into a little bit of that. As he may be done for the night. As we're winding the clock down here on the moving clock, he could be done for the night. That's what the joke is. As we're going to hand the ball off into Everett Snyder, the sophomore, the big power back up to the line to gain. And they're going to move the chains. Yep, another Moravia Health first down.
It was brought down by Owen Hoffman in there. 52 also had his hand in there, Logan Dressler. And that's what I like about watching the Seals. They're not intimidated. They're still playing hard football.
1st and 10, Bulldogs from the 22.
So from the 22, running clock under about 90-some seconds left remaining in this third quarter. And there's, you know, you come in here again and nothing's changed. We haven't been here in some years, and I said this yesterday and to you, too.
Yes.
You feel like you're walking back in time, and George Curry's just going to walk out of the locker room. I mean, he had, you know, what's the 3 sayings over there? He's the big sign of George Curry on the one
yes.
far locker room. You still have his quotes here walking in. The office is almost the same. The locker room is pretty much the same. I mean, nothing. You're walking back in time here in Berwick, and you watch this football team, you feel like you're looking back in time.
You can definitely feel Coach Curry's spirit here.
And you said at halftime, CJ sounded just like Coach.
He really did. I mean, I was like, wow.
But I think Coach would have gave you that. He would have talked to Vince as Everett Snyder's going to go in for a Reaper's Revenge touchdown. He would have told you that he would have gave you the halftime talk to Vince that he was losing.
Oh, absolutely! Like he wouldn't have been happy.
Everything wrong.
It was 35-0. We still didn't. We're not executing. We didn't do this. I didn't like our stock blocks. Our tackling stinks. You know, a nice job here. 99 busting in there. Look at that. They were trying to grab his ankles, and he couldn't. Just his will was going forward. His momentum goes forward. Gets himself a touchdown. 48-0.
So hey, he's just a sophomore, 230 pounds. His second touchdown of the season. Yo's kick is up and good. We'll take a quick break. 49-0. Berwick over Selinsgrove. So the Berwick Bulldogs domination continues here against Selinsgrove. And this hit off a Selinsgrove player is going to go out of bounds. So I believe they will get the ball around their own 30-yard line because it did bounce off a Selinsgrove seal. 35 seconds left. Probably time for one play for Selinsgrove, and then we'll move on to quarter number 4.
And you watch the Seals coming in right now. Again, the heads aren't down. They're not putting their hands on their hips. They're coming out here trying to score right now, trying to play for that pride, to show everybody, yes, we are not going to give up.
So Berwick's going to bring in some subs, as you might expect at this point. Wilkerson looks like he's done.
His helmet was off when he came off earlier.
Smith is done. You can see a new linebacker in there, so we'll try to get, it looks like Connor Robertson at linebacker number 6. Amato's still the quarterback. Rice is out, and they're going to try a little fullback draw, and that went nowhere.
That was number 76 dropped him. DeMarcus McMillan, 6'4", 285, sophomore.
Hey, that will do it. All Berwick here tonight. 49-0 is the score.
You're watching the Luzerne County Community College Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Bathfitter on MyTV WQMY.
Smackdown up 49-0. Now it's time for our Figured Law Scholar Athlete for Berwick. We have Michaela Brown. Miss Brown is a varsity volleyball and softball player and member of the National Honor Society. And the Student Council is the class's secretary and also volunteers in her free time at the Assembly of God Church Nursery. Just a reminder that all of our scholar athletes, past, present, and future, eligible for a $5,000 scholarship at the end of the season.
Well, thank you, Vince. Bob-eyed Jan Cechek back, fourth quarter. If you stuck around with us, thank you very much.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate you. It's been all Berwick here tonight, and kind of what we expected. Selinsgrove, you know, when you pick the games back in July, this is what happens. I mean, some guys get hurt, and this is what we're left with. But glad you could join us. At least it's high school football on local TV, and we love to showcase some of the best teams and the best players, and we've definitely seen that here from Berwick here tonight. So Selinsgrove on the inside. We'll give you some scores now. The biggest shocker, we think, is Southern Columbia over Bloomsburg, 61-0. And we said the Dogs are back, and they're rolling now. And Bloomsburg, we saw the Panthers this year. They lost to Loyalsock, but they were 7-1 coming in.
And they have a great team, and their quarterback is outstanding. So Southern Columbia and Coach Roth getting the Tigers back.
They should clinch the top seed pretty easily now with that win. Prep is over Jersey Shore. We're going to see Scranton Prep next week. 37-13. That's a huge win for Prep. Most likely gets them into the playoffs and keeps them at the 2 seed. Fake punt. That is Neidick, and it's going to pay off, and he's got a big gain. 16 yards for Neidick off the fake punt. It's Moravia Health first down. How about that call?
Well, you take advantage of what's out there. Again, these are the younger kids out there, and they're trying to make sure the coaches say, hey, Coach, I know my responsibility, my alignment, my assignment, but when the other teams, the Seals, throw a little trickery at you, yeah, good for the Seals.
The other game we're watching, North Pocono now leads Delaware Valley 21-14.
Wow, that's been a back-and-forth game.
Not many other shockers. 14-13, Pittston, Wallenpaupack still in the third. A little bit closer maybe than some people expected. But at Wallenpaupack, we were looking before, a little bit of a team on the rise. Back inside, Roberts with the big hit on Thomas.
Connor Roberts with the stop.
Man, that was a great hit right there. Watch this. Boom. I know Coach Orlando is going to be coming out from his athletic director's position to say, that was great, but you got to get lower. Get that leverage. Get your shoulder pad underneath.
Boy, Bo is on the sidelines, and you know he's coaching. You know he's coaching.
Absolutely. It never stops, especially with Bo being such a competitor.
Back to the ground game they go. Oh, what a hit. Yep. Number 4 shooting in, Coach. That's Sawyer Keller, a senior. A big senior class for Berwick, by the way.
We've seen that the last couple weeks, where there's big senior classes.
Pittston
that have
had a big one.
Yes.
Yep.
And speaking of Pittston, Coach Russick at the end of the game last week, he came up to me and he said, Coach, what do I have to do to get these guys motivated to go play Wallenpaupack? He said, Wyoming area is easy. That's such a crosstown rivalry. He goes, I'm just so worried about a letdown. And
look, an hour plus ride up to Wallenpaupack on the lake. Never easy. Amato going to roll out, trying to get hit. Oh, it's picked off. An easier interception for Ashton Smith. Amato's second of the night. Ill-advised. His first interception on the year for the senior.
Look how stoked he is. He's loving it. Again, they go with that fake, a naked bootleg to the right, and just great position by the linebacker to place himself between the quarterback and the receiver.
Hey, another time for Smile Cam. We love Smile Cam, right?
We do. We love it.
We love it. And let's see where Vince is right now. Vince in the student section.
Yeah, if you're a fan of this Bulldogs team, a lot to smile about. Here with my man, Frank. Frank, what do you love about being out here on Friday nights?
I love being loud and supporting our undefeated football team.
A great reason to be out here. Frank, get everyone loud. It's time for the Dr. Todd Smile Cam.
Thanks, Vince. Vince has got to get in there more. I think he's got to get in.
He's got to get into it.
Yeah, I think he's got to get in the middle. We're going to have one of the student sections lift him up, right, and pick him up and carry him off.
Next week, baby.
Maybe next week at prep. I don't know. Help to work on that.
You have connections.
I have a couple. I have a couple there. That's going to be a big game next week now. If North Pocono stays on the winning side, they can clinch the Division I title. Prep, of course, trying to get some momentum going into the playoffs. And it's always a rivalry there because Coach Gallagher teaches at North Pocono. So
Section 12, 35.
So the quarterback's going to be Smith, who had the INT. He ends it off on the inside.
Just a quick hitting fullback dive in there. Again, they're going to grind the clock out now. Get the young kids some reps in there. Maybe get them some yardage. Good job by the offensive center right there. Getting himself to the second level to open up that gap in there.
That looks like Roberts, number 6. Try to get you some name. Roberts is in there. We're also going to roll through some of the District 4 standings as they will head also into the playoffs. Selinsgrove will not be a part of that this year. But we have seen some teams that we think will be favorites, including Shamokin. Well, obviously Southern Columbia. We didn't see them, but we could.
We might.
We might in the playoffs. And they're trying to get back another district title. which was won last year by Troy, and then, of course, Troy went on to win the state title. Now, speaking of Troy, so it will be Southern in there. They're going to chalk them with a win. Troy is winning tonight, so can they jump over Warrior Run? Bloomsburg with the loss, Loyal Sox losing, and then Southern, South Williamsburg, Wellsboro, North Penn, Mansfield. That is an 18 playoffs. 3-week playoff, 18s for District 4 2A. Southern, obviously the favorite, could be a Southern-Troy game, and that would be quite a battle there, the state champion against the 14-time state champion.
14 times Southern Columbia. Yeah. That's amazing.
And they were down last year a little bit, and they knew it. And they knew we have them in our top 10, and we talked to them in the preseason. They were not happy, and they wanted to get things back, kind of like this dog team. Smith forward, Moravia Health first down. Inside the 20. They'll be inside the Santarelli and Sons red zone.
Smith. Correction, ladies and gentlemen, there are 2 phones lost.
Here we go.
They just they tried going with the outside ice, but he cut back to the inside, and good job by the Seals. Again, they're still fighting in there, tooth and nail, for a little bit of respect that they can get.
So Snyder will stay the center. He was coming in for Lachinsky, who walked off gingerly. In fact, he's on the sideline with his knee wrapped, so I'm sure he'll rest for a couple weeks for Berwick because they'll be the top seed. But who are they going to play? Hanover, Lake Lehman? We don't know. Prep's probably going to be the 3rd seed now. Let's talk about 3A District 4. Mifflinburg.
They were winning big
They were winning big tonight. They have a big win over Montoursville. Mount Carmel, Milton in there, and Lewisburg. So Mifflinburg's to lose, let's say. Montoursville playing very good football.
And Mount Carmel's
kind of, and they've won a couple games in a row as the Red Tornadoes.
They have, and they started down. Again, we kind of thought with Coach Dara down there, we weren't sure. For a Mount Carmel team, he knew they were going to be young and inexperienced.
And up to the inside, Jojo Santiago. And he's going to be short at the sophomore running back. So Santiago, a sophomore, coming in.
Right upside. That's that ISO play. Number 6, again, coaching point. Coach Curry's going to say, you got to attack the man. Don't sidestep. Attack.
Smith underneath center to Santiago. Again, a block. He gets in. It's a Reaper's Revenge touchdown for Santiago and his first of the season. So he's happy. And now Berwick will up their score.
Great job. Again, there's that ISO number 6 leading the way. Good job that time. Nice job. And Santiago, his first touchdown of his career.
Nice block by Roberts. Number 6 to spring Santiago. Yost again in for the PAT, I think. That might be Estrella. Nope, that is 30-something. Oh, wait.
I can't. I'm trying. 33.
Kick is up.
And he's happy.
And it is good. That is Jorge Ratana, a junior. He's pumped up. So celebrating all over the place. Last regular season home game for Berwick. And they up the score 56-0. We'll take a timeout. Friday Night Rivals team number 4. Berwick about to move to 9-0 on the season. They'll be the favorite in District 2 3A playoffs when they start in a few weeks. Selinsgrove back to the drawing board. They get Danville next week at home in their final regular season game. And says Thomas. Thomas brings it up.
Isaac Thomas on the
Good tackle, and they'll have the ball just past the 30.
Brought down by number 74, Jameer Ramos.
At Luzerne County Community College's Berwick Center, we're here to help you succeed. From scheduling classes for yourself to workforce training for your employees, our professional staff is ready to go to work for you. Visit LCCC's Berwick Center today.
90 seconds left in this one. Started out with an interception by this guy, 18. Threw it to Caleb May, and it's been all Bulldogs since then. That was the first play of the game at 7:06. We've had a moving clock here in the second half. They're handed inside. Jaron Hackenberg, a freshman.
And he was dropped by number 17, Ryder Bencho, 5'8", 150-pound sophomore.
So one more play, and that should just about do it for this game. An easy win for Berwick. Selinsgrove thought they could put up a fight. They did win last year's game, 38-20, but Berwick kind of on a revenge tour, as they say.
Yeah.
Trying to beat up the teams that they beat last year. And they lost to last year, I should say. And they'll head to Tunkhannock next week, as Coach mentioned before. Should be the last play of the game. Then we'll have our Luzerne County Community College players of the game. And Vince will present the Friday Night Rivals plaque to the winning team. So it is a Moravia Health first down, our last one of the game, and that will do it. Berwick goes to 9-0 on the season. Selinsgrove will drop to 1-8. And the Dogs win this one easy, shutout fashion, 56-0. As expected, Ty Wilkerson had a big night, over 250-some yards, right, Coach?
Yes, he did. We had 210 plus, another 60 yards on 270 yards.
Yeah, just about 270 yards. So,
and 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdowns.
That's it?
That's it. Okay. I know it's an off night for Ty. He was less than 300 and didn't have 5. But he's lucky. He's got next week.
He's just about 313 yards away from the record. So we'll see. But again, they're going to have a playoff game, and they're going to be their top seed in District 2 3A. And they will host throughout as long as they keep winning. So
this is the school bus stop of the game. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
Bus stop of the game. It's a big one. Here's a big sack from J.J. Leonard, the 6', 265-pound senior. His third sack on the season. And that's what the Dogs have done all year long. They win a big one. It is 56-0, the score. So here's what we have coming up in a couple weeks, or I should say next week. We promoted it. North Pocono, Scranton Prep. There's a Lackawanna Football Conference Division I title on the line for North Pocono. Prep looks like they're going to be solidly into the playoffs, so they want to get things rolling. They could end up playing Wyoming area. A repeat, we saw the championship game last year. Prep has owned Wyoming area through the years, but it will be at the Warrior Stadium. And then whoever wins that, probably right here to take on the Berwick Bulldogs. We'll be back November 7th with a district championship. Is it here? Is it Lakeland? Is it Pittston area? Just wait and see, and then we'll be back on the 14th of November. We either have a district championship here in District 4 or a state playoff game for you right here on my TV. Okay, we have the alma mater done. That means Vince can present the plaque, and hopefully, we're trying to get the players of the game. We are trying, but you always. This is what happens. And
Coach he's excited, but he's got to get his message to the boys and say, look, congrats, but it's over.
Well, Tuesday, we'll tell you that we'll have a Friday Night Rivals top 10 for us. This is our top 10 going in. Well, Jersey Shore is going to lose. Everyone else is kind of won, right? North Pocono, we'll look at a score. Haven was beating Nativity huge. Shamokin was winning big. We know the North Pocono game is close with Del Val. Southern, huge win. Trail big win. Wyoming area.
They were up.
Okay, Lakeland, and we'll get Coach. We'll get that.
I'm looking.
So we're going to have a new number 10 team.
Lakeland 35-0, and it just re-scrolled on me.
So we're going to have a brand new number 10 team, most likely, as Jersey Shore is going to go down to Scranton Prep. And, it's been tough to find a true top 10 because there's a lot of parity with the top teams this year throughout all the leagues we cover.
Right, and getting back to some of the scores, Pittston's up 14-13 over Paul Pack. Riverside won big, 48-14 over Old Forge. Let's see, Wilkes-Barre beat Crestwood 35-7, or they are beating them. Lakeland 35-0 over West Scranton. Yeah, Wyoming area 48-0. It says at half with Nanacoke, but I'm sure there's probably more damage than that.
Okay, Coach Curry gave his talk, and now Vince has our Friday Night Rivals plaque. Got to hand that over to a couple of Berwick Bulldogs. Vince?
Two phenomenal Bulldogs. We got Caleb May and Ty Wilkerson. Caleb, we'll start with you. That first defensive drive, coming away with the interception. How does that set the tone for this game?
I knew they were going to come out strong, and I feel like they had the momentum starting, but we just got to that pick just gave us some momentum early in the game, and us playing defense first drive, getting the first score, that helps a lot with the game.
I mean, unbelievable game. Over 250 yards, 4 touchdowns. Man, how do you keep doing it?
I mean, I keep doing it, but it's my O-lines and my blockers that leading it for me, making those holes for me. So I got to give them most of the credits, but I'm going to keep finishing. I'm going to finish the play,
You guys are now 9-0, on the verge of clinching the Wyoming Valley Conference Division II. What is so special about this team?
Our chemistry. I mean, all of us, we played when we were young. We're senior led. We just move. We just keep working with each other every day, every week, as hard as we can, and we play by play. We don't. If a bad play happens, we don't even think about it. We just play by play and week by week.
Sir. Hey, I'm how to go with him. We got that good chemistry. The bond since 6th, 7th grade. We just built it up from since 6th, 7th grade to senior now. All that leadership. And we know we're seniors. It's not us just leading. It's the younger guys. We're teaching them to be the leaders. So it's just it's a team thing. It's not just the seniors. It's a team thing. So,
well, boys, go celebrate this win. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, congratulations to the Berwick Bulldogs. Remain undefeated, Coach, and they're going to be tough to beat in the playoffs.
I'll tell you what. They've got such a great offensive line, and they got that great running back there making things look easy. But they said the right things, and that's because Coach Curry has said that week in and week out to these kids over and over again. We have to take it play-by-play, one game at a time.
And the next game for them will be at Tunkhannock, and they can clinch the Division II championship of Wyoming Valley Conference next week with a win. So that will do it. Glad you could join us here from legendary Crispin Field, and we talked about the aura when you come to this field, and you can feel it here with Coach Curry. Anytime the Berwick Bulldogs win, and they're undefeated this year, it's like old times.
It is.
Okay, so for the entire Fox 56 sports crew, for Vincent Goldschmidt, Jan Cichak, this is Bob Hyde saying so long from Berwick.